Finally, we talk about John Cena because we have to talk about this one more time because John Cena talked about it one more time. He did an interview on Cody's podcast. What do you want to talk about? They talked about a lot of things, but the one we're going to focus on is the heel turn because obviously that was the biggest point of contention for wrestling fans right now. But they also talked about like his heel turn. They talked about his favorite match, which he said was taking Punk to Saudi because he got the apology that he needed. Keep in mind, people were saying that this interview was basically Chat GPT talking to Grok.
What do you mean the apology he needed?
You know, when Punk said all that shit about the suck the blood covered dick or whatever, Saudi blood covered dick.
Oh,
So he got Punk over there so he can apologize. Like that was his favorite moment of the year, I guess. I don't know. But let's go ahead and let John Cena explain the final match with Gunther. He talked about the ending, the tap out, the giving up. So let's go ahead and let John Cena explain why he gave up.
We're just in a sleeper hole, man.
Yeah. Ed Koski brought that up.
We're just in a sleeper hole.
Sleeper for
but
sleeper.
we're having that conversation with the audience.
Yeah.
So as I essentially take my last breath, I have struggled. If you think of somebody, the natural causes scenario, or however we picture loss in our life, all of us have been through it. They struggle, they struggle, they struggle. They hang on just long enough to make sure to say goodbye to everybody that's been meaningful in their lives. And that whole day was so many unbelievably vulnerable, meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
And then you realize I've connected with everybody I love.
Yeah.
Physically, I feel great. I think it's time to take that last breath.
Yeah.
And that's that. I hate to keep going back morbidly to obituaries, but like, this person died peacefully.
He's faced death with a smile.
Yes. And knowing that, like, man, we are in a good place, we're gonna be great going forward, and this is literally, like, the bottom of the t-shirt says, I gave everything, thank you for everything.
Yeah.
And that, in that one moment, that was that going peacefully.
So there you have it. There's John Cena's explanation on his final moment of giving up. He equated it to a dying person. There's only a problem. Do you know what that problem may be?
I'm sure you're going to tell us.
Well, the only problem is that would be equivalent to going to sleep in the sleeper hold, not tapping out and giving up. That's the problem. Like, if you listen to that explanation, take the screenshot picture out of it, take what you know about it. If he said it was just a matter of saying goodbye to everybody you love, having the conversations with everybody, and then you're going peacefully, you would say, oh, that person must have just fell asleep and died, not gave up. Giving up would be you get your diagnosis, and we can still say this is the last day, but you get your diagnosis, you go up to the top of the roof and say, well, I'm out, and just jump off the top of the roof. That's the give up route, not just going to sleep peacefully. That's not tapping out, that's passing out. So even his own explanation doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I still maintain if they would have psychologically built up to that moment that they're trying to tell after the fact, I don't think this would even be a discussion.
I think it still would be. I think it still would be.
If they go back and
Sonnen-
forth, if Gunther says, I'm going to make you tap, John, Gunther goes through some matches, Cena's like ringside or something, makes those people tap. He makes them look at Cena while they tap. Makes them yell at Cena, say, Cena, I give up. You know, Cena might start off confident, but like each week goes by, he sees all these motherfuckers tap.
But it wouldn't make sense for the guy who built his brand on never giving up. Like, yes, he does all that, but take Gunther out of it. And I think this is where the disconnect is in the whole argument. It's not about who made him give up, it's about the fact that he gave up. You know, I did some Uber deliveries and DoorDashes, and I went by the children's hospital that night, and I said, God, there's like no one here. I talked to the head nurse. Nurse, what's going on? There's like no kids here. It's a children's hospital. Where are all the kids? She said, oh, they saw John Cena's last match. They saw their hero, John Cena, give up. And they gave up. That's what they did. And that's
They
what I
smile?
said, of course. That's the message you're sending here. I know I told you for 20 years to never give up, but you fought long enough. You're not getting any better. So just go ahead and give up.
That's the message that they're sending, or that's the message that you're receiving, because that's all that you have to take away from it. Again, if they would have told an actual fucking story, this wouldn't even be a discussion. Again, take Gunther out of it. They put another guy with John Cena that just so happened to win an arbitrary tournament as his last match. They put more effort into his little music video than they put in the actual buildup of the match. And at the end of the match, he tapped out with a big smile on his face. And I know what they were trying to do.
What were they trying to do?
Exactly what Cena said. He was trying to take his last breath. It was his final goodbye. Again, he gave it all he had, and that was it. So the man who never gave up just has nothing left to give, has to give up.
No, no, you forgot the never part and never give up. That's the main keyword there. Never give up, not sometimes give up.
Also in WWE, never say never.
Well, then he should be refunding all those kids, all those people who bought the merchandise. The Make-A-Wish kids, they're not even here anymore because they saw him give up and they gave up. Now you know what? John Cena, fraud. That's what he is.
We also know that Gunther's ascension to the top heel isn't going to be nearly as reflective as the moment dictates.
And you know, Chael Sonnen, now I'm seeing other people say this, so he was the first to say this. He takes it a little far and says it's like a conspiracy. Someone backstage set Cena up. But Cena was in a sleeper hold. Like, the point of the move is if you do nothing else, you're going to sleep.
When
Like,
does the
that's
sleep hold on? When does the sleeper hold actually put people to sleep though? They always tap.
They always tap. I remember Piper and Sergeant Slaughter putting people to sleep.
Okay, that's old school, but nowadays they tap because they want to be like the UFC.
First of all, no one uses a sleeper, so
That's true.
it's really
But they do
hard
the
to-
chokehold and they tap because that's what the MMA people do. At the end of the day, it's a chokehold. They still tap at a chokehold, and that's what it is.
Well, in UFC they do, yes.
That's
But
my point.
Is it a chokehold or is it different? It's not
In
like
wrestling-
the Kasha Majime. I just like saying that more than the transmission. It's just a fun. Yeah, it's just a fun word to say, even though I don't say it right.
Well, in wrestling, it's a sleeper hold, and MMA, it's a chokehold.
Yeah, but he was making the point. This being Chael Sonnen, like if he was in a figure four and he was trying to get out of pain, that would have made sense. Or if he was in a Boston Crab, he's tapping to get out of the pain. But this, your fate's already decided. You're going to sleep. But then you're tapping out to stop from going to sleep.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. In MMA, you tap out so you don't go to sleep. So that would track with what happened with Cena. He tapped out so he didn't go to sleep.
I can't tell you how many posts I saw from content creators saying, "Oh, I bet you guys feel stupid now because John Cena explained what he was going for." Well, no. Like, what does his explanation have to do with whether or not it was a good or bad finish? Like, have you ever watched a DVD director's cut and the director explained what they were going for? Does that make the movie any better or not? Like, oh, this movie fucking sucked. But the director explained it. So now you can't say that because he explained it in the director's cut. I don't know.
No, if it's shit, it's shit. In my experience, the commentary usually makes it more insightful. It doesn't necessarily make it better. Like, for instance, Not Another Teen movie. Stupid movie. It's a fun movie, though. And if you listen to the commentary, they'll tell you, like, behind-the-scenes shit. That's entertaining. But it doesn't make it a better movie.
Yeah. It doesn't make it a better movie. I don't think the commentary will change your direction either way. Like, you either like it or you don't. I guess if you don't like it, you're probably not even hearing the commentary because you're out.
It would change how you watch the movie, not necessarily how you enjoy it.
Yes, but I think I've covered all angles of my complaining about it. But like I told you, man, the Make-A-Wish kids, they tapped out because John Cena gave up. It was a ghost town in that hospital. All the Make-A-Wish kids. So yeah, just give it up because John Cena said it is okay to tap out.